Alright, test 1, 2, 3. Cool. Alright. So this is the only map you guys lost,
Five,
looks
four,
like.
three.
And this was a forfeit, which I'm assuming because they didn't show up, but obviously. This was the first official map. You guys are running Zarya. Looks like they will be doing the same, but they will have Kree Reaper instead of Kree Drunk. Okay. Let's just see what you guys do. It's pretty close to Amir, and other than them having a Mercy for their Kree, it's about the only thing different.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
This one. Just one quick one that I like too. Instead of this is a really good one, Cap. I like this one too, and obviously you hit I think 2 people with it based on your ult charge. That's a really good one. I also really like standing like right around here and fire striking a little bit late, and then the third one I just straight up go right here and just yeet it to spawn. But a lot of times I'll just use this one, especially since it keeps me where I want to be team-wise, and they don't really ever expect it. I mean, if they're running a diva, they might be DMing that corner, but otherwise, it's a good thing. Good spam. I don't know if that was. It must have been because he's sleeping. I know you were trying to. This is for Lily. I know you were trying to. You were thinking the Rhyme was going to pin Cap there. You just got to kind of communicate that between Knight and you, whether he's going to be bubbling it or you want to wait till he's actually pressing the pin button. It's almost rare. It's pretty much rarely, unless it's like quite telegraphed, a good idea to waste your sleep on an expectation that he's going to pin. Because realistically, even if he does, we have bubble, we have stun. He could get trapped by a junk mine. I mean, a trap. So a lot of things there. But that was a good ante.
Hold up now. I'll feel that in the morning. Check this out. I hate your attention.
Good.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
I know you guys are new to each other, but just really got to communicate when you're getting bubbled, or either decide what that you're going to be like Knight. You're going to be telling, or Zarya says go ahead and swing, and then he bubbles, or just get used to when Cap gets aggressive, and then bubble. I just didn't like that bubble, unless he was like pinning in to cancel res or something like that, or really going deep. Which, with the DPS that we have, we kind of can't support him, so it's kind of a waste of a bubble. Like he really could use his bubble right here. Now.
Barrier destroyed.
That was better.
Wali.
Probably still a little early, but big ante. All right. Yeah, I mean, let me go back real quick, just for a second.
Don't move.
A little
Check
further.
this out.
So again, using personal early. If they were really in a position to, or had Lucio, which they don't. Arzari's kind of dead here. Oh, we're moving on. This is good res. So yeah, like that bubble. It was just like Cap thought he was retreating, and then he gets bubbled and tries to make a play with bubble. Gets kind of low, and that kind of forces him to use his shield to get away when he wanted to save his shield anyway. And then you kind of use his personal for charge, I guess, right there. It's kind of sus, so to speak. That's a decent bubble there because you're trying to engage, but unless you guys are planning to use ultimates here, it's better to just wait because we're going to have our nano online,
Don't move.
and you saving your bubble for antis is super important. And since Cap is antied, I guess Lily feels like she needs to do damage to get Nano, which isn't the worst thing, but definitely could at least healed Knight instead. That was a good sleep. Fortunate that it got woke up. Pretty telegraphed. The only I would have definitely whenever you tire as well, or whenever anyone's using an ultimate, you gotta realize, especially the vulnerable one like Junkrat, but even Kree, you gotta make sure that you pretty much have all your bases covered if possible. Like take the extra half second to go around in this corner, because you know everyone's gone through choke already. They can't see you, and then you can take your tire all the way up here, scout the tire, and figure out where you want to go. Because otherwise, you're just kind of dropping it here. The Zarya here's a voice line, knows exactly where you are. You kind of just fart it through this little this little way, and Kree just has a free few shots on it. You just got to be a little more, I guess, creative. Granted, I think this fight is probably you got your Ana up still, and she's at Nano. I mean, really, this is a winnable fight still. Especially if you're able to stall out, kind of keep this. You see how this Mercy's hiding? Because she's scared of your tire. So she can't do anything. I mean, she can try and maybe pocket the Kree, but she can't do anything until that tire's gone. So use that much more as a space creating tool. Plus, since you're exposed here, the Zarya turns, she's already decently charged, and beams you down. But yeah, it's probably a last fight from here, so we'll look at what's next.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Okay. You guys need to decide where to go, or communicate this better. I don't know if this was someone just not talking, or you calling that you were going to go on an off angle to noon, but realistically, you should kind of be with your supports here, or at least your tanks, because especially with a Reaper on the other side, that Reaper's just going to be trying to find flank angles, and your supports and tanks are going to need you when he tries to aggress, because you can punish him when he's trying to do damage very easily. Obviously, I think you kind of rotate because you realize everyone's up there, but they needed you over there sooner. Yeah. But I don't think anything really, other than you getting low there, it doesn't really do much. Obviously, his Reaper's about to come on an off angle, so we'll see what happens. But realistically, it didn't matter,
Огонь
so to
по
speak. But
готовности!
that was a good nano engage to win that fight.
Hammer down!
This will only hurt for a minute.
Let me go back. So we have Cap going for a play.
Привет!
Which I'm totally fine with. Let me go slightly back here. Or you figure out if you got spotted for whatever reason, or why this.
Привет!
Yeah, use your foot cues. So, if you're going to be going for this play, just sit in this bush like a good little boy and just crouch there. Because they heard your sound cue of your steps stepping back and forth, so then the Ryan and Zarya knew you were over here, and then all of a sudden, there's nothing here. Granted, in a second, you still hit a big shatter because the Ryan thinks he has bubble, but that's a different story. If he's going for this play too, Knight, you could probably keep this corner. Anna's in a good position here. Where's our Lucio? Oh, right there on card. Yeah. And then the biggest thing for you, Swag, is if he's going for this play, you're gonna have so much free damage from this high ground. Is that you have to try and stay as healthy as possible, not peak, because or just play low with your Anna so you can get heals. Because you got to realize that you don't have a mercy, and they do. So you taking early poke is not good for you in your health pool, because then you have to either jump in front of Lily or, to get heals, or you got to find a health back. But we'll continue this because since you go low here, you're like, oh crap, no one can heal me. I gotta go down to this mega. You're probably gonna go down to the mega. I need to go to get a health back. But instead, Cap's already committed to this fight. If you either stayed up here or were already kind of up that top castle, you could have free shots onto whoever. You could have high nooned early, all that kind of stuff. But I'm assuming this ends up being a win anyway, but it's the small things that cause the normal fights to be lost, or like the even fights.
Hostiles neutralized.
But yeah. But this is good. That was a really good fight. Try and take the aggression. You know they're probably built some ults from that other fight. I thought that was really good. You just could have executed it a lot better. Like I mean, it's not a throw if you guys do it together, right? So yeah, just small things. If you're going to be going for a flank shatter, just stay still and make sure that everyone, you know what your job is in the upcoming fight. So Lily was positioned here because she's like, okay, he's going to be here. I can heal him from this angle if he shatters and goes for people, or I can hit a fat ante if he hits a big shatter. Piggy's around cart, enabling Cap to maybe speed him or so he can get to the down targets faster or do damage himself, all that kind of good stuff. Knight, you can take this corner, be a distraction, bubble Cap if he needs it, in case a stun's coming in, whatever. And Swag obviously doing damage from both of you two doing damage from a good angle. proper angles.
Hello.
Helden sterben nicht.
Lights out.
Lily might have been scoped in here. I can't really tell. You just missed it. I mean, pretty much just Reaper's been just going on a flank every time anyway, so you just got to be on the lookout, especially Kree. Turn up your headset if you need to, because you should be able to hear him booting himself over here. Granted, when he's this close, you're probably going to die either way. I'm surprised he didn't kill you in 2 shots. If he was better, he probably would have. But yeah, and that's what I was talking about. Like you can abuse high grind here, but you have to realize that if I need support, I'm not in a position to get any. So either be more self-sustaining by checking your back more often, starting your health back quicker, so being up here instead of over here. So you can jump down this way, jump straight down to Mega, all that kind of good stuff. Or play around your Ana and Zarya so that she can heal you up if you take poke damage. I mean, here you're just on an island. You jump down the cart and try and get some value. And then the Reaper gets value. This is good. Spam out your Zarya.
Deine Göttin ist da.
По готовности.
I was about to say this was a terrible play, but it kind of works out. I mean, here, just speed everyone out. And they just keep speeding out. I know you're trying to go for that, but they're just gonna have so many people there.
По готовности.
Good block on the grab, but there's you guys just down people. It's an awkward angle for all these ults to be committed. Granted, it's still winnable right here. You guys just don't really target focus probably. I mean, they're down their Ana too, so they only have mercy heals, and you guys have 5 people up, right? Here, Danger gets kind of caught out on a cart by the Kree. And if you guys just drop on the Kree here, it's kind of winnable. I mean, he just walks away for free after killing everyone. And all of a sudden, there's a... Our Lucio's on cart, not really looking at anything. I guess kind of maybe the Mercy before she moved away. Our Ana's on high ground, trying to really, I guess, maybe enable Night Owls, but reality... not really much there, and then Cap goes on his own solo mission to try and 1v1 a Reaper, which you're pretty much never going to win unless you have Shatter or you pin him, because his lifesteal is just going to absolutely murder you.
Физкульт, привет.
Here everyone should be kind of regrouping, because they're going to have faster